Welcome back, everyone, to the second video of my YouTube channel. Now, today will be different. I'm making a kind of like a game in ARBS. There will be some levels and some, of course, dinosaurs, but not based on the Turok 2008 or any other game. I'm making my own game called Dino Rampage, and I'm going to reveal all the dinosaurs that I have so far. So, yeah. First up, Ankylosaurus. I went some very creative tactics for this one. As you can see, the spikes are now its mouth, which has some very good detail if I'm being honest. And the green eye really blends in with its surrounding, I think. No. Anyway, yeah, just a regular Ankylosaurus. But I used some spikes for the tail and yeah. The underbelly is not protected, as you can see. But still, do I blame this Ankylosaurus? No. Because he's cool. When you see this thing, you might want to run. This is his stats. So yeah. Moving on. Next up is the Allosaurus. Look at this guy. He's twitching because he just want to kill you. Anyway, I went for another creative. You see, I switched the Allosaurus body to up, downward, and the tail as well. But the head and body is upward. And I went for like a Giganotosaurus-like texture for its spikes. And the Allosaurus head may look confusing, but you'll get used to it. And I love those serrated teeth, baby. And I hope you guys like them too. Baryonyx is its name, and catching it is its game. Yep. Baryonyx is a species of Spinosaurus that has like a not so strong bite force. But still, you see I used the Spinosaurus head, body, arms, and legs. But I used the T-Rex tail so it cannot be like the, the original tail. Those Spinosaurus would be too confusing in my opinion. Anyway, there is no spikes on the Baryonyx. Yeah, so yeah. And those teeth on the top. There's no spikes on the bottom jaw, but I used the spikes on top to make it look like he has like a peeling, impairing look. And I like the, but he's also kind of small. Like, the real world Baryonyx. But still, I like him the way he is. I hope you guys too. You all will be confused by this guy. This is my version of the Charodontosaurus. Yeah, I regret making this thing, but still, he is pretty cool in his own. The eyes, I'm looking forward. I don't know why, but still. Oh. And it's basically an Allosaurus with whatever dinosaur name is that. Head and tail. And I use the Allosaurus arms and Spinosaurus body. The silverness is represented as the armor of the Carcharodontosaurus, and I like the fact that I added those teeth for like a fang looking. So yeah, and don't mind these horns. But still, I spent some time making this cool animal, but still, so, and it has some very sharp claws, and he is still looking rad. We all know him. He's the Carnotaurus. Look at him. This is a custom-made Carnotaurus by me. This is like one of my most creative ways I make a Carnotaurus. I added some horns, well, long horns that go facing down, and he can breathe fire. And his size is similar to a T-Rex. And those glowing red eyes make you want to run. Oh, I also have made this tail, which is like the Ankylosaurus tail, but much more longer and with more spikes on it. And still, I like the way I made him. And I like the way I added these flames to make him look like he's actually breathing fire, which he will. And his arms are not as little as you think. His bite force is like around the size of a T-Rex, or Tarbosaurus, should I say. But still, you do not want to mess with this thing. It had armor all on its back, and on its arms and tail, and even its jaw, protecting it in all angles. It's a Compy, baby! Look how cute it is. Yeah, it's just a Deinonychus with extra arms and more spikes, and that's basically it. The Monilophosaurus is here, and ramming you, it's a game. Yeah, it's basically a Carnotaurus, but with Spinosaurus arms and a weird looking head. But still, I like him, and there's extra spikes on his mouth. Well, not in his mouth, but on his mouth. So you better watch out for that. Yeah, you can see the Carnotaurus arms right there. Which I should have covered up, but I didn't. I'm lazy, okay? This is the Aloraptor. Yeah, I should have went for a beak, but I didn't, sadly. But I did go for his crest on the top of his head. And I have some feathers with more claws on his feet and more feathers. Yeah, it's basically a Deinonychus again, you know. Yeah. Look at this spinal. I mean, look how big he is compared to the T-Rex. Oh my gosh, I've created a monster. And he has some pretty nasty bites for his teeth. And have very nasty claws and toes. So yeah. He's basically the Spinosaurus, and yeah. And he has a hanging neck. And I added a spike at the end of his tail for some reason. Just for fun. If he's just swinging his tail to defeat enemies. And I went very creative on his spine. Kind of. But still, I may have done a terrible job. But still. And I went for some spikes on his head and, you know, all that cool stuff. But still, I think he's perfect the way he is, even though he's twice the size of a T-Rex, maybe 3 times the size. Okay, to be honest, this thing looks cursed. Look at it. I mean, look at it. It looks cursed at the head. But the rest of the body, it's okay. I added the spikes for his spikes on his back, and tail spikes, of course. And, of course, I added his mouth, but not very creative this time. Now, if you want to look at the other side of his head, it might be, it's the same thing as Curse. Maybe worse, but I don't know. But I like him the way he is. Well, maybe. What do you think in the comments? Let me know. To be honest, I love this guy. I like the way I made him, and yeah. The Tarbosaurus. And I added some very cool details. And he just looked cool, in my opinion. I like the way I made his lower jaw. I like the way I made his head. I like the way he, you know, the tail with all of the spikes coming down. And I like the way I made the spikes, like, coming up and going down. Just like Giga. And the feet, of course. But I didn't do anything for the arms because I think they were okay. And still, I kinda also get that Giganotosaurus is looking pressed for the head. But still, I like it. I hope you guys too. I almost forgot about this guy. This is the Dilophosaurus. He looked cursed, to be honest, of all dinosaurs, but I kinda like the way he looks, though. He may look cursed, but he kinda cool. The horn on his nose, the crest, and the red bloody eyes, and the claws, body, and tail, kind of. This thing is an Allosaurus head with whatever dinosaur that is body. The Parasaurolophus body, Allosaurus claws, Allosaurus body, and Triceratops tail. Yeah. What have I made? I don't know what I made. But it looks just cursed. Who agrees? It's time for everyone's favorite dinosaur, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And remember, the feathers, the red feathers I made right here, is represent the blood. Yeah, he went through some stuff. And this guy had 10 times the bite force of its original counterpart. And I had some cool claws, but ignore that middle claw right there. And I added the feathers the way I like it, and still, I think this design of the T-Rex looked pretty cool, in my opinion. So yeah, and yeah, I even added a big feathers on the top, and from the other side you can see that same hint. But still, I love this dinosaur. The way he looks at me like that, trying to eat me. Hey, Triceratops, you look better these days. Wait, why are you twitching? Whatever. Anyway, this is my Triceratops. He is bigger than my T-Rex. So, yeah. And the horns are very bloody. And I added some more spikes. Even on the floor, I added some spikes. Even on the body and tail, there's spikes on it. So, yeah. And there's spikes on his legs. And on his toes. And the way I designed the mouth, I kind of regret it now. But still, it could be cool. And those red eyes. And I also customized the frill so it looked cooler, in my opinion. And if you're confused on the back when you see this thing in person, you will see this big spikes on the back of his frill and neck. Why? Well, there's no explanation actually. It's just to protect the thrill if it, get rammed by another thing bigger than it. But still, it might have some extra protection to it. Velociraptor, the main antagonist. Well, not actually, but still. The Velociraptor, the one that started it all in the games. Yeah, it's whatever that dinosaur name, body, tail, and legs, and I use the Allosaurus head and arms for its, personal build. And yeah, there's feathers on it and not much else. But still, it's bigger than its original counterpart, just like Jurassic Park Velociraptors. And I made a mistake on the foot, so please don't blame me for this. Look at this thing. It's the Yutyrannus. Only it looks so much cursed with all the feathers and, well, it's not actually cursed. But still, I use the Allosaurus legs and whatever that dinosaur named body and head, and the T-Rex tail, and the Allosaurus arms. And there's a lot of customizable feathers on here. Trying to, The the Yutyrannus can run fast, so be careful of it. And I should mention, this is not all the animals so far. I will split the videos up into, parts. Like, soon I will reveal the non-dinosaurs and the bosses and other people that's gonna be in the game. But still, I hope you enjoyed this video. And yes, I will post another video soon. Sooner than, the month ago video. But still, and yes, you can comment down below, who do you want to fight with these guys? Like Turlock versus Dino Rampage. Oh yeah, Dino Rampage is the game, by the way, I'm making. I hope you enjoy this video. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.